You have probably heard about the statistic that 95% of diets fail. And as a guy, a man who used to be fat and now in a great shape and has managed to get in a great shape in only a year, I know why most people fail. I've failed. And I went through the moment in which most people fail, and I will reveal it to you in this video, and then I will go over two things. The first one is the realization you need to have something you really need to understand in order to succeed, and then I will go over a concept that will make getting jacked a lot easier, that is inspired by Japanese culture. So let's begin with what's that point in which most people fail, bro? Like really, that's pretty ambiguous to say that you know what it is, because a lot of people fail in different points. Not really. If you really think about it, let's pick a guy named Steve. At first, when Steve starts to lose weight, he goes through some hardship. At the middle stage, like after adapting to that new diet and to that lifestyle, he goes through some hardship just to maintain it, but he has so much momentum behind him, and at the end, when he sees so many results and he's about to finish, he sees the finish line like in a marathon. At first, it's easy because you're motivated, and then it becomes really hard, and then you are in the middle stage and it's really hard, but you can still keep going because you're already halfway there, and then at the end you just keep going. You don't think about anything. In dieting, my friend, the hardest part is the few weeks after the first week. And in that time frame, so I have that story. At that day, my family ordered pizza, and when I heard from them, so my mother came and told me that, I knew I should resist the urges to eat it, or I won't eat a lot of it. I would just take one slice. I didn't eat anything for that day, and at the end of the day, me and a few of my friends were supposed to meet up together in a restaurant and actually go and eat out. So I knew I needed to restrict calorie intake, I should not eat a lot, but when the pizza came and I started to smell it and it smelled delicious, it was pizza, like it was oily, and I knew I fucking loved it. Like I saw it and it invited me to take a bite. So I took one bite and then another one. And then I said to myself, let's finish that slice. So the slice disappeared. Then I saw another slice and I was pretty hungry. I told you I was fasting for the whole day. So when I looked at the second slice and I picked it up, I just took a bite. And then another one. And then a third slice. And a fourth slice. And fifth slice. And sixth slice. And at the seventh slice, I ate it too. So I ate, I don't remember the exact number, between 6 to 7 slices. And that's approximately around 16 to 1800 calories. Which, at the time, this was my calorie limit for the whole day. So I needed to go out with my friends to a restaurant that day, and I met my calorie goal and even surpassed it a bit. I felt shameful as fuck. And then I did what every sane person would do. I got out of the house and I started walking for 10 minutes, and then I took my fingers, I put them inside my throat, and I try to puke. And now I don't suggest that you do it as a way to lose weight. It's right, fuck no, don't do it. And it didn't really work. Maybe I puked a bit of food, but most of it got digested. But I was so desperate that I just started walking after that point for another hour, and then another hour, and 3 hours and 4 hours. I walked around 20,000 steps that day around my city. And afterwards I felt good. I basically burned all of those excess calories and I had more calories to eat that evening, but with my friends. But that's when I realized, oh, I just almost failed. And that's the thing. That's the moment most people fail. It is after a few weeks of dieting, when you just start to feel a lot of hunger because you are adapted to weight loss now and your body starts to increase hunger. And at that point, it's not just that, you have not eaten the foods you like for a pretty long time now, but you haven't adapted to the new weight loss diet, so you want to eat it again. That's the hardest part, and the realization I need you to have to succeed and not fall there and not quit there like most people, like 95, maybe a little bit less % of people, is to realize that even though it is hard right now when you go through it, even though you want to stop, even though every day your brain tells you, like, let's go back to that old diet, let's give up this weight loss shit, it's too hard. Just first, to realize it's worth it, I made a whole video about the benefits of getting in shape. You can check it out. But second and more important, it is to realize that from here you will get used to it and it will become way easier. And the framework I told you I will give you to make it easier and to have a better time dieting from Japanese culture is what I like to call it the diet Ikigai. So you've probably heard about the concept of Ikigai. It's basically how you find what you need to do in life. There are three major questions you need to ask yourself to reach Ikigai, and from there, the diet Ikigai. You need to ask yourself, what am I good at? What's my passion? And what the world needs. I took these questions, these three questions, and I translated them into the diet Ikigai, the kind of diet that will allow you to have the best time losing weight. So you will still need to go through hardship, you will need to go through those times in which you will want to stop dieting, but you will resist those urges. When you apply the diet, not fitness, Ikigai into your life, it becomes way easier. You need to ask yourself, what are the foods I really like to eat? What are the foods that satiate me? And what does my body need? And when you know what are those foods that both satiate you really like to eat and your body needs when it comes to protein and calorie intake, you know what you need to eat. And you need to find those foods. You need to find good food from every category, and you need to integrate them into a diet. And that's why diets like so this is a quick one. That's why diets like the ketogenic diet and the carnivore diet, they are so effective. A lot of people like meat. The body needs protein. Like, it's really important. Out of the three macronutrients, protein and fats are the most important ones by far. The ketogenic and the carnivore diet include only what the body needs. The body needs carbs, but not as much as the other two, and they also are extremely satiating, and we all like meat. They follow this Ikigai. Other diets that work follow it too. You need to find your own diet using this Ikigai, and then you will be able to go through the transition period with more ease. And if you want to get my full-on help and get into my community in which I teach how to lose weight, how to build muscle, how to make how to make a great body transformation and to glow up, you can check out the link in the description, or else, no worries, you should not do it if you don't want to. I make daily videos to this channel. If you want to see them, you can like and subscribe. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.